So back home, I think, looking back at it, it's a setup. I think someone's put something or done something. It sounds too mechanical. So anyway, well done. You got me. Probably you expect me to run away though. So I've received a report of 2 strange dancing lights in Broxer Forest. Now, a lot of you know Broxer Forest. Any of you that follow Paul Sinclair's amazing Wolflands documentary will be really familiar with it. There are some strange things in there. I'm going to go to the spot where this report occurred and see what we can see. Now, he said it was getting dark. It is dark now. The lights will shine even more if they're still there. Let's go and see if we can see what this phenomena is. Come with me. It's just a quick one, but that is the road up from Hackness to Silfo. And you can't see it obviously because it's dark, but there is a house there that belongs to the Down estate. And I spoke to a witness who left work that day because the poltergeist activity was that violent in that house that furniture even got smashed up. They could hear it going on. There was no one in the room. They could hear it going on. They didn't dare enter. And when it had calmed down, all the furniture was thrown around and, like I said, some of it smashed up. Fascinating. Would love to stay the night in that room, but we're going to carry on. Let's keep going. So we're here. I'm going to turn my phone around and have torchlight. As you can see, that's the moon. It's pretty much pitch black. But let's go and investigate into the woods. A lot of you will be asking, what are they? What are these lights? And expecting answers. Now, you're not going to get any, unfortunately. The most you're going to get is potentially a viewing of them, if we're really, really lucky. Now, there's the River Derwent, and I have seen gases that come up, sometimes light balls from that, but we're a bit too early in the year. It's a bit too cold. It's normally when it's hotter and the vegetation is rotting that we get these gases bubbling up. And also this sighting wasn't near the river. Now that's not to say there isn't rotting vegetation that then kind of bubbles up in neon and you see these beautiful lights in the air. But like I say, it's a bit early in the year for that. So I don't think it is that. So that's the rational bit out the way. And there may be other rational explanations that I don't know. I didn't see them. I'm just going off his report. And he described them as 2 lights who kind of like were dancing together. That was his description. Now, this neon gas doesn't dance, and it bubbles up and it kind of appears for a couple of seconds and disappears. Sorry, I don't know if the microphone picked that up. There was a very, very strange noise just behind me. Sound like a person. Hello? Could be a person. We don't know. So that's put me on air. People go, oh, you're brave going out in the night in these spots. Actually, it's people I get worried about, not the paranormal as much. If I see something paranormal, it's unlikely to actually do anything to me. Where a person could be different. What was I saying? Yeah, and we also get these, like, will-o'-the-wisps, which is part of the folklore. And that's, you know, some of you will be like, oh, it's ghosts. Yeah? And that's not to say you're wrong. But I think it's unlikely to be spirits. I think it's far more likely to be something ancient, like the will-o'-the-wisps, which you definitely, if we look at the folklore, should not follow. Unless you're in danger, unless you're already in danger and you're stuck or you're lost, they seem to help you out. If you're not lost, you're on a path, you don't follow them, because you normally get led to somewhere that you shouldn't be, where you're in danger, even to the other side of the Fey realm. But let's keep looking and keep an eye out for whatever. That's strange. It sounds like a voice, a guttural voice. I'm looking forward to watching back and seeing if I can hear that. But let's keep investigating. It's a little bit to get across here. So I did tell a bit of a fib. I'm not strictly on my own. The trusty Beans come with me. Who's a bit of a She's a bit of a paranormal, kind of like, forgotten the word, canary. If there is something paranormal, she normally checks it out and gets nervous, and then she'll kind of like alert me, and I have to put her on the lead obviously because I want her to stay with me, otherwise she runs off. But I can normally read quite a lot from her. Now, just to say as well, so I've got this torch. It's a perilous area, and it's not somewhere you want to be on your own without a torch. You won't be able to find your way back. I mean, look, there's things all over on the path. I can't even get up here now. So I must be past where he said. I have to go back. The thing is as well, yeah, so you bring a torch, and what we notice is if some paranormal stuff is going to happen, your torch suddenly can just run out of battery. In fact, multiple. I have got a total of 3 torches on me right now, because if one goes, or even 2, I've still got a spare, which is really important. Right, I'm going to turn back and try and find this spot. Let's read the description again. I must have gone past it. There's trees have fallen on the path here. It's impossible to get round. Damn it. Don't drop your phone. See, so many of you always go, why don't you go live? And it's near impossible. This is quite bright on my face. Let's do that. It's near impossible because there's no signal. A lot of these places I go, ow! So holly isn't good to sit on, as we discovered. But just to give you an idea of what I was talking about torches. So this is no torch. Look, you're literally relying on a bit of the moon. So, right, let's do a bit of a investigation. Let's camp out and see if we get anything. I'm going to go in my bag and see, pull out a few gadgets and see what we get. See if we pick anything up. So, let's have a look. I'll just pause this while I grab some bits. So, I've got my EVP meter here. I'm going to hold it away, otherwise it'll pick up my devices. So yeah, we're not getting anything. It's not at the moment. So, as expected. So, we'll see if we can just ask something to come forward. So, earlier on, someone came down here and there were some lights. And I know there are other things around here as well that come out at the night. If there are, would you like to come forward and show yourself? Would you like to stand behind the camera, behind there, so we could see you? It's tawny owls calling to each other. See, they will have heard my voice, and they're probably alerting each other to my presence. So Bean's pretty settled, which is often a sign nothing's going to happen. That's an interesting noise. These microphones are trained to pick up my voice, so some of the stuff you won't hear, but it's not to say it wasn't a creature, but there was like a squeak is probably the best way to put it, but very high. We've got, it's not on camera, something just moved to this tree, and let me show you now, let me move it towards it. This started shaking a second ago. Just suddenly, as if something hit it, but there's nothing here. But I'm not getting any EMF, so who's to say if it's anything paranormal? Sometimes trees do that. I've got a friend's house, no word of a lie, I go in, and the leaves start waving to me. And lots of jots and stuff in that house. Now, sometimes I meditate. That's not something I do on my own. Last time I did it in this area, I instantly regretted it. And it's not a place I can get a quick getaway. So we'll do that when there's other people to protect me and alert me. Hello? Can you hear that? That's coming from down that way. Now Bean's behind me. That's not to say it isn't a creature. Can't see anything. Can you hear? Bean, come close to me, darling. Good girl. Sorry that I realised that wasn't very nice for for viewing then. Sorry, I just got in the moment and forgot that we were filming. Could you show yourself as a light behind me? Or could you come into camera behind me here? Where this light is, could you come forward and show your face? That one was Bean. If anyone heard a grunt, that was Bean. I know something occurred here earlier on. Would you like to show me? Two lights dancing. Or whoever was making the lights. Still got no. Yeah, it's still turned on. I can't see. So Bean, the fuck? The fuck was that? Fuck off. I was just about to say Bean's getting a bit nervous. So that sounds to me like a records player. I'm always wary because we do stuff like this and there are people that take the piss out of us. And you don't know if people are just hiding around. You know, they give you a location and waiting in the bushes and they're playing tricks on you. I don't know. Gotta turn my EMF off, we're not getting anything. Bean's still pretty scared. Come on. Look at her, she's shaking. Where's it been? A little bit nervous, are you? Do you want to go? I feel cruel sometimes when it's like this. She normally likes coming out, you can see her shaking. Are you wanting to go? To be honest, I feel a bit unsafe on my own. Come on then. Let's get out of here. Need to come again without the dog. It's not fair on her, is it? Whew. Tell you what, you get adrenaline junkies who go let down fucking bungee jumps and stuff. It's nothing compared to this. Fucking hell. How do I get over this? So we're back here. So I've just listened to it back a couple of times now. I've got back from that area. And this is what's weird. To my ears, that sounds electronic. So is someone just taking the piss out of me? Is someone been hiding there? Anyway, what if they are? Well done. You've made me jump. Maybe that's why I did hear voices. That's the only explanation I have. Because that didn't sound, well, like anything. Like I said, it sounded like a record. Like someone holding a record down. Do you know, like a vinyl disc when you hold it down? Like, bleh, do you know what I mean? But there's not many vinyls out here. So I'd say someone didn't have it on the phone, is it? Anyway, you can have a good giggle at this if it was. And if it wasn't, well, bloody hell. Apologies for all the swearing, by the way. A bit, yeah. You can imagine what I'm feeling right now. Anyway, let's turn this off. Well, in a rush to get away, I have tripped on some wire and put a hole in my few-week-old trainers and sliced my toe open. So yeah, probably wasn't a good idea to go out tonight. I'm not in the best mood now. Now I've stopped filming, obviously, and there was something white floating on the other side of the river. Now, I'm not saying it isn't mist. It could easily be mist, just one little bit of mist floating along. It wasn't in any form. That's not to say it's not natural. It's not to say it's not paranormal either. Of course, as soon as I get my phone out, there's nothing there. Let's just see if it'll come back. Quite the night. I love it out here though. Despite all this. Despite wrecking my trainers and cutting my toe. I've been scared witless. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a buzz. Whew. Right, let's keep going because Bean needs to get back. It gets worse. Look at that. Back. Bean. Now Bean hates getting in the car. Let's see what she's like tonight. Straight in. Knew she would. And look, you're gonna hide under the seat. She often hides under the seat. You see she's nervous, look. Right, let's get her home. I think I'll be driving barefoot.